What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel.
So one of the most frequently asked questions I get on YouTube, on my main channel as well as on this vlog channel, is the question of where do we store all of our cars?
And when I tell my friends that I have a lot of cars, they ask why, and then their follow-up question is, where do you keep them all?
And so we're going to be talking about that exact subject today because unfortunately we have some changes coming to how and where we store our Turo cars. Now, if you guys have seen this channel before or watched any of our other videos, you probably recognize this parking lot that we have behind us. It's a pretty large, pretty empty parking lot, but this is where we've been storing our cars since 2018.
So obviously this lot is pretty empty. As you can see, this is where a building was. It caught on fire like 10 or 15 years ago and they never rebuilt it. So naturally all this parking area is available for somebody's use.
And so because HP and I pass this parking lot on a near daily basis, we knew that it wasn't being used. We thought it would be perfect for our Turo fleet. So what I did was I simply found out who owned the lot. I contacted them and I asked them if they would be willing to rent us out a couple of parking spaces.
So the deal was we rent 3 spaces for $100 a month, and though we do have a lot of cars, we only ever need 3 spaces at one time because they're rented so often. Now, I do come here and I do pick up trash for the lot, and I also do a little bit of landscaping when needed because some of the grass just grows in random places, and we just want to make sure the lot looks clean for whenever our guests come here to pick up the cars.
So though this lot has been perfect for us in most ways, we have had a few issues with a few things. Number one is the fact that there isn't a building here and there's not a lot of light, so a lot of people have trouble finding the space.
I mean, it shows we're here, but there's nothing here. It's kind of a weird place to park a Maserati. Another problem that we have is loitering. A lot of people just randomly show up and park here for no reason.
Like what is currently happening right over there, where 2 people just really abruptly pulled into our parking lot.
Aggressively.
And I don't know what they're doing. So
Yeah.
that happens all the time.
Yeah, one just took off on a phone call and the other one is doing something in his back seat. He drove here and he just jumped in the back seat. I don't know what he's doing. We've even had problems with people just sleeping in their cars for extended periods of time or doing drugs or having sex in their cars. But that's the problem of having a vacant lot that is somewhat secluded.
But all of this is going to be changing really soon because unfortunately, or I guess depending on the lens that you look through it in, fortunately, our landlord who owns this lot recently contacted us and said that he is selling the lot, and because of that, we actually have to move our cars. Apparently, the people who are buying this parking lot don't want random cars parked here, so we're having to find a new Turo space.
We're getting booted.
We're getting evicted? Maybe? According
evicted.
to the thumbnail, we're getting evicted.
We're getting evicted.
Now, we were super bummed to hear that we were getting kicked out of our parking space. It only cost us $100 per month. It served us really well for what we needed to accomplish. But of course, since we knew we had to be out of this parking space by November 30th, we immediately began the search for our new parking space. And whenever it came to finding a new parking space, we wanted to find something very similar, something close to our house, and something that could allow guests to find our parking spot relatively easily.
And something with a little better lighting. And fortunately, we did it. We found a place that was super close. So close, in fact, we're already here. So this spot's about 30 seconds from our old spot, and it fills all the needs of things that we really didn't like about the old lot, and this lot is just that much better. It has great lighting, it's really accessible, so it's not going to be hard for people to find. It's still really close to where we live, and there's less opportunity for people to break in or loiter because it's so open.
So the way that we found this parking lot is similar to our previous one. It's really close to where we live, and so we drive past it really often. And so what we ended up doing is HP actually knows a tenant of this retail building that's here, so he contacted his person that he knows, I guess like a friend's dad or something.
Yeah.
And he was able to get the contact information of the owner of this lot. So I simply just contacted them. I asked if he would be interested in leasing out a couple of spaces. He agreed, and it was easy as that. The deal was done within about a week's period of time.
Now our rent did go up moving to this new lot, $50 per space, and we opted for 4 spaces, which means we pay $200 per month now versus $100 for only 3 spaces, but it's well worth it for being in a better lot.
So to answer the question that we raised at the beginning of the video, how do we store our cars and where do we find the parking lots in which we store them, the answer really is as easy as just simply contacting real estate owners, business owners, parking lot owners. Oftentimes this is a big win-win situation for both you and the person that owns the parking lot, because in this case, as well as with our previous lot, they weren't using the spaces anyways, so they're making passive income on something that they already own. It's a big win. It's a really good scenario for all parties involved.
Absolutely. Guys, as always, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next episode. Just don't get addicted.